people like to tell me things, those deep, dark, naughty little desires that are on their mind.
And you're not marrying this human stain because you're actually in love with him, right?
Oh, God, no. Oh, my, I can't believe I just said that.
Must be something about his face.
Some scenes from a new Fox series entitled Lucifer, a program that shows the devil after he quits his literal underworld and retires to L.A. It's a show that's getting some major criticism from organizations like the American Family Association and 1 Million Moms, each of those organizations posting an online petition to try and stop this program from airing. They both say they don't want a show on the air that glorifies the devil and inaccurately portrays the Christian faith. Combined, the two petitions have now over 140,000 signatures from concerned viewers. For more, let's turn to our panel. From Newsmax LA on the right, Larry Elder, and Skyping in from Washington, former advisor to Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, Ari Rabin-Havt. Larry, you've got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but is this going too far? Fox going too far, glorifying the devil?
My star, of course, gives me the credentials to talk about this with expertise. JD, I'm one of those who believes that Fox is probably ecstatic about all of this. There's no publicity like free publicity, and now people are going to watch the show who otherwise would never have watched it. Look, Christianity has been trashed by television for a long period of time. They're going to continue doing it. All you're doing is just drawing more attention. I want to see somebody produce a show with the cashews, JD, to do a show about the Prophet Muhammad coming back and running a Dairy Queen in Garland, Texas. And let's find out if somebody has a stone to do something like that. But this is much ado about nothing. It'll come, it'll go. I understand that people are very sincere. I'm not saying they aren't sincere who are protesting, but we'll survive as a society after Lucifer is gone, I think.
So the First Amendment over fire and brimstone in this case. Ari, what about you?
Well, I didn't hear about the show till today when you guys said we're going to be talking about it. I read up on it, and for a second I was like, wait, the devil retired, moved to LA to open up a nightclub? Is this a documentary? Because if the devil was going to go someplace, it probably would be LA. But look, I think the American Family Association has been engaging in these campaigns for years. They're typically not successful. They typically promote these shows to the nth degree. And I think it'll probably make the show more successful, frankly.
Well, so a note of agreement from you both across the ideological spectrum. Maybe it's better.
Although I'm not sure, JD, if the devil retired, he'd move to L.A. I think he might move to Washington, D.C. I don't know.
Well, for the record, we remember that Rules for Radicals, that book by Saul Alinsky, was dedicated to who? Lucifer. But I'm sure it was just a First Amendment irreverent expression.
Before Lucifer went into the nightclub business, JD.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's turn to another story that has to do with religious custom. That is the fact that our American embassy in Indonesia is going to celebrate, actually did celebrate July 4th a month early because of the Islamic holy month known as Ramadan. Now listen, that celebration took place on American territory. Do we really need to shut down July 4th for Ramadan, Ari?
I mean, look, embassies make decisions all the time based on cultural or whatever reasons of the country that's hosting them. I frankly, I don't really understand why they make this decision, but nor do I really care, frankly.
Well, should it not be something of concern, Larry, when we see our embassy saying, the heck with actual American tradition, we're going to adhere to sensitivities within our host country?
I think Ari's right. I think every individual embassy will handle this kind of thing differently. I'd like to know whether or not there's precedence for this, whether or not we've done this in the past. And if we've done this in the past, then I'm not quite sure why we're raising it right now. It also might be a security issue. So there are all sorts of reasons why they might be doing this. So I don't think I'm qualified to comment yet until I know more about whether or not we've done these kinds of things in the past.
All right, from Indonesia.
I would assume the reason they're doing this is because embassies use holidays like the 4th of July. I don't know about this embassy in particular, but having traveled abroad on holidays, to hold major parties where they invite in people from that country to show them the United States, show them a cultural event. And knowing that the holiday this year coincided with Ramadan, they probably decided, hey, hey, because this coincides, we know that if we have a party for the 4th of July, nobody's going to show up, so we're bumping it a month early.
All right, a minute and a half remains. Got to get to a story that, quite frankly, didn't get a lot of attention over the weekend. A U.S. Border Patrol helicopter shot at from the Mexican side of the border on Friday. Larry, we haven't heard a lot from the dominant media culture or from the administration. What does this say?
It says that our borders remain porous. They don't want to talk about it. There's a recent Pew poll that shows 80% of the American people believe that we can do somewhat or a lot more to secure the borders. And it's a huge problem. We should have much more boots on the ground. And I don't think the media cares about this issue. I think the media wants borders to be porous. They're in favor of amnesty. And any kind of story about how dangerous our borders are cuts against the amnesty line that I think the media wants to pursue.
Your take on it, Ari?
See, I think the exact opposite. I think there clearly is a danger on the borders, and that's why we need to pursue comprehensive immigration reform.
So we need amnesty to reduce the incidents on the border? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, as a part of a full program, you need to do everything. You can't just say secure the border, especially considering these shots came from Mexico, the Mexican side of the border.
All right, Ari, I've got some great beachfront property in Yuma, Arizona I'm going to sell to you next. Thanks for your time, both of you gentlemen. We appreciate it. You heard what they had to say. We'd like to hear from you. You can send your comments via email, Facebook, and Twitter. And also, we really want to highlight our website. You can also go to newsmaxtv.com/comments. To do what? To comment. And there's more ahead here on Newsmax Prime.